Good morning. We begin our time together in song with Wake Now My Senses by Thomas J.S. Michelson, set to a traditional Irish tune. Please make sure your microphone is muted and sing along energetically to call in all those people who are maybe sleeping in because of the time change. So glad you all are here. Let's welcome in this beautiful spring morning. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Gwinnett. My name is Jan Taddeo. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. It is my great pleasure and indeed a great privilege to serve our faith as the minister of this congregation. I am so glad we can all be together this morning in this way, if it's the only way we got right now. I'm also very pleased to share the leadership of this service with Christiana McQueen, our coordinator of family ministries. Today we are offering a special service called Luminescence. There will be a time in the service when you'll be asked to light a candle and hold it up to share the light. Most of you should have received a bag yesterday that had an egg chalice in it and a prism, and you could use either of those for sharing the light later in our service, or find a candle or a chalice near you and lighter and matches. And you can take a moment to find those while I'm offering the words of welcome for our newcomers. We arrive from many places and many life experiences as we gather to recall our true selves, reflect on the meaning of our lives, and explore questions of ultimacy together. We are people who are new to Unitarian Universalism and people who are lifelong Unitarian Universalists. We are people of many religious beliefs and spiritual practices. We affirm and promote the responsible search for truth and meaning. We are people of many genders, sexualities, ethnicities, origins, ages, shapes, sizes, and expressions of our true selves. We affirm and promote the inherent worth and dignity of all people. We are people of all ages and family structures, and we each bring gifts, talents, and passions that serve to promote and affirm communities with peace, liberty, and justice for all. We are a people of covenant who engage with one another in ways that promote and affirm justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. We are people who care deeply for our planet and understand we are inextricably and profoundly connected with the web of all existence. We are people who welcome all who are seeking a community of faith that welcomes your whole self, all that you were, all that you are, all that you yearn to be. And you are just where you should be, in a room full of compassionate, thoughtful, Unitarian Universalists ready to meet you where you are. You are welcome here. You are home. And if you are a newcomer this morning, we welcome you and hope you will indeed find your spiritual home here with us. Come and be curious, courageous, and compassionate with us as we are becoming a radically welcoming sanctuary in a green space where we foster spiritual growth as we joyfully nurture connections and community within our walls and beyond. If this is your first time here, I encourage you to join us several times to experience the full flavor of this congregation and this faith tradition. Welcome. And now I invite everyone to take a big, deep breath and bring your full selves into this precious time we've set aside this week. The sound vibrates through us and around us and among us. Let us be reminded how deeply and profoundly, inextricably interconnected we are with one another, with all humans, with all beings on this planet, with all life, with every star in the cosmos. Luminescence is a unique Unitarian Universalist holiday created by a team of religious professionals and lay leaders at the Unitarian Universalists of Santa Clarita Valley. Luminescence celebrates our own unique Unitarian Universalist identity by honoring 5 values that are woven through our faith. It honors the freedom our faith provides each of us for seeking our own personal truth and the many paths our faith offers for attaining spiritual fulfillment. There is so much to celebrate about Unitarian Universalism. Luminescence can enrich our spiritual infrastructure and play a part in creating a rich heritage for our young people. May luminescence inspire our dreams and our intentions. And today, as every Sunday, we light the chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. The flaming chalice reminds us of the values, principles, and ideals that make Unitarian Universalism our home. This week, the flame will also kindle the 5 candles of luminescence, each one in turn, each representing an affirmation of our faith.
Good morning. I would like to share a story with you this morning in honor of luminescence called The Light Within Me by Lauren Grabois Fisher. I'm going to be reading the text of this story, and I will prepare a presentation so that you can see the visuals if you would like to at some point later, and I will share that. But this morning, I'm just going to share Ms. Fisher's words. She introduces her story by dedicating it to the light within us all. She states, "May we each be able to recognize the power that we have to make this world a brighter, more beautiful, more peaceful place." The light within me. I have a light within me. When I am happy, excited, confident, and positive, it shines ever so brightly. When I am sad, disappointed, Overwhelmed and negative, it dims so low that I too can't see my own bright light. I have the power either to leave my light on or to turn it off. This light within me can light up my home. It can light up my community. It can light up my state. It can light up my country. It can light up the world. But what is it? Why do I have a light within me? Why was I given this light? Every single one of us has a light within. What will we do with it? Will we share it? Will we hide it? Will we make this world brighter or darken it? Will we use our powers for the good or for the bad? This is our choice. This is our power. I choose to lighten up the world. I choose to brighten even the darkest night. I choose to bring joy and laughter and positivity to those who meet me. I choose light. You can too. You have the ability to turn a dark room into a bright room. You too can make someone smile and make their day even brighter. But there's more. My light is not just for me. My light has a magic power. It can be shared. The light within me can become the light within you. And the coolest part is that when I share my light only grows stronger. It never dims. Together, we can light up even more of the world. Together, our light can electrify and empower the world. We can continue to spread the light to others, and slowly, the world will become a more beautiful, more positive, more happy, more loving, more accepting, more brilliant, more illuminated place.
There is always a light. When you're ready to see it, there is always a light. When we're ready to be it, to see the light, to be the light, to raise our eyes in the dark of night, to climb this hill, together we will. There is always a light. There is always a light. When we're ready to see it, there is always a light. There is always a light. When we're ready to be it, to see the light, to be the light, to raise our eyes in the dark of night, to climb this hill, together we will. There's always a light. There's always a light. There's always a light. There's always a light. See the light, to be the light, to raise our eyes in the dark of night, to climb this hill, together we will. There's always a light. There's always a light. There's always a light. There's always a light. See the light, to be the light, to raise our eyes in the dark of night, to climb this hill, together we will be a light.
Shine your light in the darkness. Shine your light in the darkness.
To see the light, to be the light, to raise our eyes in the dark of night,
and be
to
a
climb this hill,
in
together
the
we will.
Shine your light in the darkness. Shine your light in the darkness. Let your bright heart burn out loud, be a girl in the world.
Now we begin our luminescence ritual. We light the first candle, which represents the light within ourselves. We kindle this candle from our common chalice. The first of the 5 candles represents the source of light, both the awesome light of the sun that powers all that we know on earth, and the light that resides within ourselves. The light within gives us spirit. It touches others. It shows in our creativity and love that radiates from our family and from within our congregation. It is the spirit of life, the essence behind all things. With each candle that we'll light today, we offer also a stanza from a poem by Mark Bellatini, written especially for luminescence. Light before us, sign the light beyond us. Alpha Centauri, Rigel, Deneb, Antares, Tau Ceti. Great lengths of time condensed into small flickers in the night. Great wheel of stars that is our home. You move, yet we don't feel it. You are bright, but our city lights too often blot you out. Illumine, O living sign before us, the pathway to humility, that we may know we are on the edge, not at the center, that we may know our limits and turn from all self-congratulation. Together we now offer the prayer found in the chat window to honor the source of light. In this season and in all to come, may I honor the source of light which resides within me and within all that is.
We light the second candle, which is for the light within all. It symbolizes the recognition and appreciation of diversity. We light the second candle from the first. When light shines through a prism, it reveals all the individual colors that make up the entirety of light, the entirety of life. Light before us, sign the light around us. Dear friends and beloved family members, teachers, and those who affirm kindness with their lives, let their stories unpack and embody wisdom. Let the memories and insights they share with us tether the ages past to the present. Illumine, O living sign before us, the pathway to community, that we may know that we are not alone, even when we feel like it, that we may know our interdependence as one with our life breath. Together, we now offer the prayer for recognition found in the chat. In this season and in all to come, may I discern and celebrate the nuances of color, shape, and perspective that comprise the light, which resides within me and within all that is.
The third candle represents light's reflection as from a mirror. We look into the mirror and see ourselves revealed. Moving outward, this candle reminds us of our ongoing need to explore and study and try our best to understand the nature of the world and our place in it. Light before us, sign the light beside us. Those strangers we have not met, but only see from the corner of our heart. Let the possibilities of refreshment and surprise they represent open any closed-off wall we have built, and bid the fears that bind us back to remove themselves. Illumine, O living sign before us, the pathway to vulnerability, that we may know that we are not yet complete, that we may know the path does not end because it curves. Together we now offer the prayer for reflection found in the chat window. In this season and in all to come, may I reflect deeply upon all that is growing in understanding of the light which resides within me and within all that is. And now we take a little break from the lighting of our luminescence candles to sing together As We Sing of Hope and Joy by Elizabeth Alexander.
We begin this ritual with words from the UUA president, the Reverend Susan Frederick Gray. During times of grief and loss, we have traditionally found comfort and resilience in gathering together. As religious communities, it is what we do. Today marks the first anniversary of when, due to the pandemic, the UUA and most of our congregations shifted to all virtual gatherings. For many, this has been an additional source of grief and isolation and can make it more difficult to process our grief and pain. Given the layers of stress and trauma, the need to care for ourselves is more important now than ever. Encourage each other to take time off and heed this advice yourself. We must recognize the level of trauma that has disproportionately impacted Black, Indigenous, and Latinx people and communities of color. Additionally, many of our children are experiencing untold stress and challenges. Parents are giving all they can to support their kids and their livelihoods. It matters that we lean more deeply into compassion and care, for these are practices that remind us we are not alone and reinforce our humanity and our interdependence. There is no more important practice or culture to develop in this time. May you be kind to yourself and others, and may you have space to tend to your heart, your spirit, and your well-being.
There have been many losses for billions of people around the planet this year because of this pandemic. Loss of jobs, businesses, loss of hugs, loss of casual gatherings with friends, loss of a sense of normalcy, and the loss of many beloveds around the globe. And there has been some good news. Several vaccines have been developed worldwide within a year, which is amazing. And 10% of Americans have already been vaccinated. And over the course of this year, we've seen people rise to support and care for others, known and unknown, in record numbers around the country. This is not an ordinary time. And we should take note of that. Today, we pause to dwell for a moment upon losses, and especially upon the loss of human life over the course of this past year. Here is the death toll as of Friday. This is according to the Johns Hopkins Coronavirus Resource Center. 2,641,949 people around the globe have died to COVID-19 related causes. 532,593 were people from the United States. 18,164 were people from Georgia. 1,007 were people from Gwinnett County. Every person who has died from COVID is represented here in these containers with a single grain of sand. I invite you to join me in a spirit of silent prayer as we honor each of the souls who have transitioned from this life due to this virus, and send healing, loving, compassionate energy to those who sit with an empty chair from these losses. I will pour grains of sand into this container to represent each person lost to this pandemic. First, those from Gwinnett County, then those from Georgia, then those from the United States, then those from around the world.
Accepting This by Mark Nepo. Yes, it is true, I confess. I have thought great thoughts and sung great songs. All of it rehearsal for the majesty of being held. The dream is awakened when thinking I love you, and life begins when saying I love you. And joy moves like blood when embracing others with love. My efforts now turn from trying to outrun suffering to accepting love wherever I can find it. Stripped of causes and plans and things to strive for, I have discovered everything I could need or ask for is right here in flawed abundance. We cannot eliminate hunger, but we can feed each other. We cannot eliminate loneliness, but we can hold each other. We cannot eliminate pain, but we can live a life of compassion. Ultimately, we are small living things awakened in the stream, not gods who carve out rivers. Like human fish, we are asked to experience meaning in the light that moves through the gill of our heart. There is nothing to do and nowhere to go. Accepting this, we can do everything and go anywhere.
Let us respond with Spirit of Life by Carolyn McDade in English and then in Spanish, Fuente de Amor, translated by Lilia Cuervo and Irvin Barrios. Then we will continue with the lighting of our luminescence candles. Please rise in body or spirit as we blend our voices as one. We light the fourth candle, which is for refocus. This fourth candle represents light being focused as through a lens. The confusing of light represents our ability to transform things, to bend the arc of light toward the direction of justice. Through refocusing of our light, we work toward creating transformation at all levels. We can change ourselves for the better. We can improve the lives of others. We can make the world a better place. The fourth candle reminds us that through refocusing our light, we can uplift ourselves, enhance our communities, and transform the world. Light before us, shine the light that gleams in the eyes of poets and prophets, Rumi and Mirabai, the son of Mary and Siddhartha, Olympia Brown and Gandhi, Shakespeare and Maya Angelou, Martin Luther King, Harvey Milk, Sojourner Truth, Black Elk, Ban Zhao, Gabriela Mistral, the vast company of multinational wise. Let their insights enlarge our own with challenge and inspiration and draw us toward depth, not the surface. Illumine, O living sign before us, the pathway to gratitude, that all may know they share the gifts of all wisdom everywhere, every when, that all may thank the sacred ground from which the present moment grows and blossoms. Together we now offer the prayer for refocus found in the chat window. Join me. In this season and in all to come, may I be moved to redirect that which is through conscious refocusing of the light, which resides within me and within all that is.
We light the fifth candle, which is for recommitment. This fifth candle signifies the recommitment that leads to renewal. We've honored the light in ourselves as well as the light of others. We understand the need to look within as well as to refocus on transforming our world. Now the fifth candle symbolizes our recommitment to achieving the results that embody our ideals. In this rededication, we create what we want to become and what we want our world to become. We strive to attain our ideals. We know that our efforts are supported on the shoulders of those who have come before us, and we hope that it will be supported by those who will come after. This candle is the high standard we set. It is also the legacy that outlasts us. Light before us, shine the light within us. The wisdom so often stronger than external shoulds and don'ts. The lean silence inside us that nevertheless speaks and even proclaims. Let the faithfulness of our inward intuition be our anchor in stormy weather and our steadfast comfort when the babble of the world's thousand voices confuses us, crosses us, yanks at our serenity, and pushes our buttons. Illumine, O living sign before us, the pathway to confidence, that our faith is placed first and foremost in ourselves, in order that our faithfulness to the primacy of justice and love might be rooted in our native strength. Together, we now offer the prayer for renewal words found in the chat. In this season and in all to come, may I be ever faithful to the highest good that may be, in honor of the source of light, which resides within me and within all that is.
And now I hope you have a candle ready, or your chalice, your Easter egg chalice, or your prism or something, because I invite you now to switch to gallery view if you're able, and take the light of your chalice or candle and lift it up to the camera and share that light with this entire congregation and imagine it spreading far, far beyond. Look at that. Look at all that light. Take a moment to take in the light. Let it feed your soul and lift your spirits. As I offer our concluding prayer for luminescence. Within each life pulses the light of love, of wisdom and truth, radiating these qualities into the world. Sharing this light with one another, we illuminate the gifts of life and reveal those places in our hearts and in the world yet obscured by shadows of fear, of wounds unhealed, and futures undreamed. Sharing this light with one another, we reveal strength and vulnerability, joy and sorrow, the need to give and the need to receive. May it be tended well, nurtured, and fed. May it inspire hope, courage, and compassion as we journey together the blessed path of our seasons. May the light of these candles remind us that even though we may be diverse in our beliefs, we share a common light. We share common goals, and we share common community. As we now put out our candles, we invite that in this season and in all to come, may we rejoice in the light which resides within each of us and within all that is. May love and curiosity be in your mind. May love and courage be in your heart. May love and compassion be in your hands. May Spirit walk with you and through you today and all your days. May the light of all these flames that illuminated this hour continue to shine in our hearts and minds. Live in peace, walk in love, and be a light unto the world.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Building the whole world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building the whole world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building the whole world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Let your light shine. Our congregation is committed to creating a more compassionate world. To this end, each quarter we split our plate collection with an organization selected by our Give Away the Plate committee. Our first quarter recipient is Beyond the Ribbon, a Gwinnett-based organization advocating for support and resources beyond the diagnosis of cancer to educate, inspire hope, cultivate awareness, and empower individuals. Beyond the Ribbon, volunteers educate, support, and provide resources to patients and their families, and offer various initiatives to increase community support for people living with cancer. Our plate contributions also support the shared ministry of this congregation, so I ask that you please give generously to support the work of this important ministry in our wider community, as well as the vision and mission of our congregation. As we listen to a recording of our pianist, Brian Bishop, whose hands you saw on the keyboards there a moment ago, playing Black and White by Robert Starer, you will see on the screen ways to contribute to our offering via PayPal, Venmo, or by mailing a check payable to UUCG to the address shown. If you are worshiping with us for the first time, your presence here today with us is a great gift to this congregation, and you may choose to let the plate pass. The offering will now be gratefully received. May the generous gifts we received this week move us towards realizing our vision of a more connected and more compassionate world. I want to offer some gratitude to some folks and lift up some of the wonderful people who are doing things. First of all, thank you, Christiana, for creating this service with me. It's been a joy to work with you on this. I'm also grateful to, we should all be grateful to Lydia Patrick for assisting with the food drive last Sunday, and to everyone who brought food, thank you. Grateful for the many people who made t-shirt bags, especially Lisa Keel, who made a lot of bags, put strings on prisms, Susan, and submitted poetry, made seed packets, people who delivered our spring renewal bags yesterday, people who live outside our driving range will receive theirs in the mail later this week. I'm also very grateful to Gabby Maduro Salvari for managing the Zoom room, and for Russ Taddeo for running video and sound. And now is the time for our call to connection. It is important, really, really important, that we stay connected in order to be strong and vital throughout our time apart. And so seek ways to connect between Sundays. If you are new to our congregation, you can text welcoming to the number on the screen. You'll receive just a few texts and emails for a few weeks to guide you in getting connected. You can also sign up for our weekly e-news that comes out on Fridays, usually. Renewal bags took priority this week, and by emailing our administrator at info@uucg.org and ask to be put on our mailing list. And you can register for events from our website. There's a link in the middle on the right side of the website to register for activities. We have a new program for people who are new to our congregation and those who've been with us for a long time who want an opportunity to fall in love with your congregation and Unitarian Universalism all over again. It's called Starting Point. It invites newcomers and current members to gather 4 times in a small group ministry model to journey together in exploring Unitarian Universalism, making and deepening connections with new people, and engaging in congregational life in meaningful ways. Our first program, which starts today, is full, and it begins this afternoon. In April, we will open registration for the next series. If you want to look at past services that we've had, you can go to our YouTube channel, UU Gwinnett, And if you want to help out with Property Work Day on April 3rd, we're trying to schedule those the day before the big food drive. So we need people on Property Work Days to help with trimming things, planting things, helping to build the wall, new retaining wall around the peninsula and the parking lot, things like that. And then the next day on Sunday, Easter Sunday, we'll have our food collection for Lawrenceville Cooperative Ministry. And please bring items for that from 2 to 4 on Sunday. We still need people to donate platelets for a member of our congregation who's still receiving platelets to treat leukemia. And so please, if you're able, if you're eligible, please donate. There is a tremendous shortage of platelets and we need everyone who can to give, please. And some ways to engage your search for truth and meaning this week and going forward. We continue to collect your ideas about in what way does UUCG increase your commitment to creating beloved community. And you can go to that link, and you can find this link in our e-news and on our website too. It takes you to a thing called a Padlet where you can write your response to how this congregation increases your commitment to creating beloved community. On Saturday, the Sylvan Sanctuary group will have the Spring Equinox Ritual from 6 to 8, led by Bob Patrick. Belief Exploration takes place today after the service at 12:30. If you went last month, you know that Daniel did a great presentation and he's going to do part 2 this month. And if you missed last month, it's okay. You can come this week and enjoy Daniel's presentation this week, and I'm sure it will be excellent again. If you have elementary school age children and have not yet registered for our religious exploration program, please consider doing so. All our programs for children require registration in order to gain access. They meet on Zoom at 12:30 every Sunday except the second Sunday, which is today. Today is our Spiral Scouts program for those who have registered for Spiral Scouts. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. we offer a faith development program for adults and teens that is built around our monthly theme. This time it's commitment. And there are a lot of opportunities to connect on a regular basis. Our Gwinnett Understanding Secular Truths Covenant Choir, come and join us. We do check in on Tuesdays. We have lovely conversations. It's really fun. So come and join us. And then we also do a little bit of what do we need to do next for our next virtual choir piece, which is coming up. And so grateful to all the people in the choir and the extras who came in and joined us for this little light. Thank you all. Courageous Coffee House every Thursday, Yarns from the Heart, first and third Wednesdays. Courageous Coffee Houses bring something, a poem, a reading, a song, whatever you want to share. Women's Spirituality Group, Belief Exploration, and Exploring Tarot with Sherry is on Sundays at 4 o'clock. I want to remind you about our 40 for 40 fundraiser. We've received a lot of checks. Many came this week. Thank you all so much. This supports our endowment for our long-term future. And our 40th anniversary is coming up in May, so we're trying to get everyone who can to contribute $40 for our 40th anniversary, or maybe contribute a little more for those who can't spare the $40 right now, which I know there are many. And now let us rise in spirit as we say together the words we say as we extinguish our chalice, followed by our closing song, We Are, by Ysaye Barnwell. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. If here you have found freedom, take it with you out into the world. If you have found comfort, go and share it with others. If you have dreamed dreams, help one another that they may come true. If you have known love, give some back to a bruised and hurting world. Our service has ended, and now our service to one another and our wider communities begins. Be well, beloveds. I am optimistic that we are moving towards greater safety and a time when we can be together, or at least in little ways, more and more. But we need to remain cautious. You are each so precious. I don't want to lose any of you. I love you so much. See you next week.